Okay, we're on okay, hello everyone. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Welcome once again. Welcome, Mr. David. Welcome, Mr. David. So we're going to be talking about today, focus your work on a specific problem or niche. A specific problem or niche. So we're just going to take a minute and talk about your niche. Your niche. Okay, where we at right there? Okay, let's pull this up real quick. Okay, so when we talk about what is your niche, what's your niche? A niche, one of the best ways to increase your chances of success is to define your niche market. You understand your niche is a market. Let me mute you real quick. Let me put a little mute on. Okay. Okay. All righty. And stop there for a second. Okay. We're good. All right. So talk about one of the best ways to increase your chances of success is to define your niche market. A niche market is a specific section of a larger market. Finding a niche market requires you to focus your efforts to a specific group defined by a variety of characteristics. These characteristics, generally called demographic, describes the people within that particular specific group of a larger market. In other words, you have to focus on a specific cross section of people when you start out. So I believe a lot of times when we start out with our business or start out with our coaching or start out with our consulting, we're all over the place. We try to be a jack of all trades. We're going to talk a little bit down the road about why you need to stay focused and why you're not a jack of all trades. But right now we need to just understand what is your niche. It's characteristics of a specific group. It's in your market. A lot of times we want to go after a big market, but when you're dealing with someone who's already in the market, who's bigger than you, they can actually just crush you. If you try to go after everything in that market. But what you want to do is take a section of that, a particular person that you're looking for at a particular place, a particular demographics. So it's a smaller piece of a market that you can dominate in a smaller area. So when you talk about your niche, it's something, and the key word is specific group of a larger market, a specific group of a larger market. So that's what you want to keep your mindset on. So when you're talking about what's your niche, here are some of the many benefits in defining your niche market. Okay, market research. When you want to do market research, you perform market research at the same time that you're identifying your niche market. So you're researching the market that you're in. And when you research in that market, it's going to be something specific in that market, a section of that market that you're going to be identifying that you're going to go after. Not the whole market, but something specific in that market. Fewer capital requirements. You will need less capital to market and promote your idea when you focus on a specific niche, when you focus on a specific group at a specific area. It doesn't cost as much marketing because you have narrowed it down to a specific group. Number 3, increase pricing. Increase pricing. Excuse me, hold on. Increase pricing. Targeting your niche allows you to focus on the particular needs of that market, which means you can often charge a premium for your goods services. because you're not going after a whole lot of people, because you're going as after a specific one, and you're becoming an expert in that particular area. Remember, you're solving an identifiable problem. Your business solves an identifiable problem for that group that adds value to them, where cost is not an issue, where you can raise your costs. And the last one, provide great service or product. Less time and fewer research sources spent serving other areas mean you can focus primarily on your niche market and provide it with excellent service, because you're not going after a whole bunch of different people, a whole bunch of different demographics, a whole bunch of this, a whole bunch of that. When you're being really specific, uh, you want a spirit of excellence, a spirit of excellence. So that's what we're talking about. And what are some of the challenges? What are some of the challenges? We're going to talk about some of the challenges. What are some of the challenges? Both beginning and experienced consultants often flounder because they lack a clear focus. I'll say it again. Often beginning and experienced, not just beginning and experienced consultants, and I'm just using that word consultant because that's what we're teaching most of our people right now. When you actually doing a lot of consulting service when you're doing your coaching, when you're doing your I hear people do right on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, we'll use that word consultant, but it can also go for your business. It can also go as an entrepreneur, but that is the word that we're targeted. That's one of our targets, because most of the people want to be consultants. This is a big thing now about being a consultant, but what are some of the good practices? So both beginning and experienced consultants often flounder because they lack a clear focus. They are unclear in their own minds about exactly what service they provide, for who they provide it, and what results they help their clients achieve. So these are some questions you got to ask yourself. What exactly is the service you're going to provide? Exactly. Not, I could do a little of this, I could do a little of that. No. What exactly is the service that you're going to provide? For who are you going to provide it for specifically? Okay. And what results will your clients get from you providing this service or achieve? Okay. So those are three questions to put you on focus on what your niche is. Some might argue that consultants should provide a wide variety of services to many types of clients. And you always hear that, whatever your business is, I talk to young business entrepreneurs all the time. And I say, well, who specifically are you talking about? I'm trying to get all of them. I'm trying to get all that money. I'm trying to get that bag. I'm trying to get that bag. And they never get that bag. So I don't agree with the fact that you should try to get all types of people. I agree that there should be a specific person. I believe your business should solve an identifiable problem that adds value to your customers, where cost is not an issue. So I'm gonna give you some reasons why I believe that we should have a clear focus, and why it's so critically important to have it, okay? Number one, write this down. Number one, you will lose business to those who specialize. Number one, you will lose business to those who specialize. Consultants who claim to be generalists, that's a jack of all trades, by offering a variety of services to many different types of individuals and organizations, run the risk of being viewed as a jack of all trades, but a master of none. For instance, who would you rather hire if your washing machine were to break down? A general contractor who claims he can fix anything, or a washing machine repair specialist? I think that's really self-explanatory. When you specialize in something, people are more apt to come to you because that's what they need specifically, and they know that's the only thing that you do. Remember, we talked about our survey results. Remember, we always give you 200 consultants, right? were asked these questions. So the question was, um, very few of the consultants, 200, we call them the consultants 200, consider themselves generalists. They describe themselves as either specialists or part generalists, part specialists. So here was the question. Some consultants are primary generalists, while others focus on a specific problem, industry, sector, uh, geographic, or other niche. How would you describe your work? So they asked them these questions. So out of them, 45 said they're primary specialists, 39 said they're partly generalists and partly specialists, and 17 said they're generalists. So if you look at that, 49% primary specialists, meaning they have one thing that they're going after. They have one client, they have one type of client that they're dealing with. They're providing one type of service for this particular type of client. Okay, so let's go with number 2. Prospects won't remember what you do. If you're a generalist, okay, prospects won't remember what you do. For consultants, there are only 3 types of people in the world. And that's why I'm saying I'm using the word consultant, but you guys got to realize there's still only 3 types of people in the world. One, your client, your prospect, and everyone else. That's for everybody. Okay, so don't get hooked up on the word consultant, even though that's who we targeted. That's who we're targeting. We're targeting you. And you got to realize you are a consultant. You are a consultant. You're doing a work for people. Your business is doing a work for people. If you're not consulting your people when you're providing a service, then something wrong. Because most of the time, people really don't know what they want. And if they do know what they want, they don't know what they need to go with it. And we need to provide that information. So when you talk about everyone else, people who can lead you to new clients. So the 3 type of people: 1, your clients, prospects, and everyone else. Everyone else are the people who can lead you to new clients. With a clear focus, you will be able to articulate to them what you do. That's very important, because a lot of times people want something, but they really don't know what they want, or they don't know what it all entails for that. Okay? So this will help you with your message, so that your name or the name of your firm will always be associated with your specialty and the results you achieved. I'm gonna say it again. This will help you spread your message so that your name or the name of your firm will always be associated with your specialty and the results you achieve. Watch, for example, which of the following 2 statements provide a clear picture of the services a consultant provides? 1, I provide marketing consulting service for all types of business. Or, I provide marketing services to help dental practices in northern New Jersey who are trying to increase the numbers of patients they serve. Who more are you likely to deal with? Who are you more likely to go with? Number 3, it will be difficult for you to market your services. It will be difficult for you to market your services. If you know exactly what type of service you provide and realize for whom it has value, you will be able to speak and write with a clear message. I'm going to say it again. If you know exactly the type of service you provide and realize for whom it has value, you will be able to speak and write with a clear message. You will also be able to target your message to appropriate audience. See, that's the key, going after people who really, that you add value to their, whatever their problem is, the solution to their problem. That's what you do. You solve problems. Your niche is a particular people that you solve a particular problem for. Okay? For instance, the dental marketing consultant could purchase a list of dentists in northern New Jersey and conduct mailing to that group, because you're specific. You're going after the Pacific area. You're going after a Pacific group. Remember talking about demographics, okay? you can conduct speeches in that local area. You can mingle with dentists. You could go to monthly meetings. You could join the local dentist association. You know, so you can do marketing activities because you have a clear cut picture of exactly where, who that you want to market, that you want to do a service for. Number 4, you will dilute your ability to provide results. Remember what we're talking about here, right? We're talking about, here are some of the reasons why I believe a clear focus is necessary, okay? Why? You will dilute your ability to provide resources if it's not a clear, okay? If it's not clear, it's not a clear focus. It would be a disservice to your clients if you extend your service offerings beyond what you actually capable of doing successfully to provide that service. You're saying you can do all these things, right? I had a gentleman who said he was a consultant, and he sent me over, and I asked him what does he do, and he sent me over a list of about 20 things that he do as a consultant. And I was like, and I tried to suggest to him, I said, sir, that is too many things. That means you can't do all them things good. And me personally, if I seen a list that long, I'm pretty much going to say they're just saying stuff. I don't believe they can do all that stuff with expertise because you're just one person. Now, I'm not saying it's not possible, but the reality is it's very unlikely, but it could be possible. So when you look about, you know, you want to make sure that you can successfully provide the service that you're asking. For example, the marketing generalist, you know, we talk about the generalist who can do anything, could help dentists in northern New Jersey, but there will be a steep learning curve to become knowledgeable about dentistry and to understand the marketplace. Why should that client have to pay to educate the consultant? Okay. Let me see what you hit. You got a chat. Okay. Let's see what you said here. What's number 4 again? You will dilute your ability to provide results. You will dilute your ability to provide results. Okay. Next, number 5. You won't be able to command higher fees. You will not be able to command higher fees if you don't have a clear focus on what it is you do. Specialists can command higher fees because their knowledge, expertise, and experience are highly valued. Generalists are a dime a dozen. Generalists are a dime a dozen. You can get a generalist from anywhere, right? Okay, let me knock these things off real quick. Okay, there we go. Yeah, yeah. I can go find a handyman anywhere. Go find a jacklay anywhere. But a specialist, they're few and far apart. Number 6. You will have to constantly reinvent the wheel. You will, if if you don't have a clear focus, you will have to constantly reinvent the wheel. If you focus on delivering a specific service over and over again, you will be able to use similar proposals, methods, and reports. You know, when I do 501c3s, I've been doing them for almost 20 years now. Same template, same thing, don't matter, do the same way. Articles of incorporation, same template, same thing, same way. You know, nothing changes. You know what I'm saying? Nothing changes. I'm doing the same thing the same way every time. I can do 501c paperwork in less than 45 minutes. Number 6, I believe. Well, yeah, number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 7. Excuse me. Number 7. You won't be able to hire employees. You don't have a clear-cut focus. You won't be able to hire employees. If you focus on a specific service, you may eventually be able to teach others how to deliver your specialized service. This will provide you with the ability to make money from works of others. Wow. See what if you're doing 6, 7, 8 things, that means either you got to train 6, 7, 8 people, or you're trying to train one person to do 7 things. Instead of, if you're only doing one thing, you can train one person how to do that thing and perfect it, where you can now sub that thing or hire that person and do all the work for you. And I'm not saying for you, but it is for you because you'll be paying them. But it's easier for you to train them because it's one specific thing. And lastly, it will be more difficult to maintain your passion when you don't have a clear focus. You lose passion. Maintaining motivation and energy can be very difficult for independent consultants, especially if you try to be all the things to all people. You will end up taking on work that is not always to your liking. Focusing on an issue or a service that is important to you will help you stay motivated. Know what your purpose is. Know what your plan is. Know what your niche is. So let's talk about some solutions. Those were some of the challenges, right? So let's talk about the solution. We want to talk about 4 basic ways to focus your service. 4 basic ways. Now, I'm just giving you what I know, and I get this from other consultants' books that I read. So it's not like this, not something that I invented. These are proven strategies, right? So here's the 4. Okay, here's the 4 solution. Focus on a particular service. Focus on a particular service. Become the leading expert for a particular type of consulting firm, business, or whatever that you're doing. Become an expert on that particular type of service or that particular type of product. Okay, become an expert on that. Number 2, focus on a particular industry sector. Focus on a particular industry sector. Become what is it called? What is your niche? Become a niche player by focusing your services on one specific industry, not 2, 3, 4 different type of industries. Develop your approaches that address unique needs of that sector. Something that's inside of that sector. Remember, that's inside of that market. Something specific, something that's unique, something that nobody is really tackling. Okay. Then read what they read, attend their professional meetings, publish it, and advertise in their trade journals and exhibit at their conferences. So when you're in a particular industry, you're going to start going to their conferences. You're going to start putting stuff in their journals. You're going to start publishing stuff. You're going to start going to meetings that they have, make to expose to, not only to have exposure, but it lets you know who you're dealing with because it's a specific market and you're only having to deal with those particular type of people or those particular type of businesses. Number 3, focus on a particular geographic. Well, I said geographic, I could have said giraffe. Okay, perhaps you can develop services that uniquely fit a particular geographic, just for a particular area. We talked about North Jersey, that just for that particular area. Like you can have a particular job that you focus on, let's say New Jersey, New York, or one of them places that's have a lot of snow. So you develop a shovel, a particular type of shovel, but you only go to target a particular geographical area that gets snow, if that makes sense. And number 4, here's the last one. Number 4, focus on some combination of all the above. Those 3 right there. You can, for example, you can specialize in providing a particular service to a particular industry in a specific location. Okay. The key is to focus where is a real need for your expertise and services. Wow. So that's very important. So our conclusion for this today, for our meeting That's talking about focusing your work on your specific niche problems. This is our conclusion. Although it is tempting to try to offer many types of services as you can possibly can, I believe that it's critically important for independent consultants to focus. Sit down today, refine your business by asking yourself the following questions. This will be your homework assignment. 1, am I trying to do too many things for too many people, for too many types of people? Say that again. Am I trying to do too many things for too many types of people? Number 2, am I crystal clear about my focus? Am I crystal clear about my focus? Number 3, are others clear about my focus? Yeah, you can be clear as a board of health, right? But if nobody else is clear, wow, they're really not going to purchase your service. Number 3, are others clear about my focus? Number 4, how can I narrow my focus? How can I narrow my focus? And number 5, how can I narrow my focus even further? Yeah, you narrow it down, but then try to narrow it down even further than that, which becomes your niche. That is what becomes your niche. So I'm going to take you off mute. Are there any questions?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you go over the homework one more time? The question I got number 1.
Okay, here go the questions. Am I trying to do too many things for too many types of people?
Okay.
Am I trying to do too many types of things for too many types of people? Number 2, am I crystal clear about my focus? Am I crystal clear about my focus? Number 3, are others clear about my focus? Are others clear about my focus? Number 4, how can I narrow my focus? How can I narrow my focus? And number 5, how can I narrow my focus even further? How can I narrow my focus even further?
And this is due Wednesday?
This is due, well, no, make it Thursday, Wednesday.
Okay.
Real quick. Well, you have Christmas next Wednesday.
I can still turn in.
Okay, thank you. That's what I'm talking about. So we will still have our class this Saturday. We will still have our class next Thursday and next Saturday. Okay.
Okay, that's cool.
Good.
Yeah. So, Mr. Oh, hold up.
You're being recorded live, Mr. David.
You said what?
You're being recorded live on YouTube right now, so keep your questions more general.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I needed this tonight. This made me really think about. So I think, what do you think about 3 services? Do you think 3 services like will be pretty focused and pretty direct?
No, go with 1.
Just 1 service?
Just 1 service right now. You'll build your way up, and the reason why, as you're focusing and you're getting that service down packed and you're becoming an expert in that field, when your clients start coming in, then at some point, while that business is still in good, then we want to go to the next one because you want to expand your customer base. A lot of times what happens is people will do one particular thing and the business is going good, but they're only relying on that one customer base. At that point, you should be expanding to another customer base just in case things slow down on the first one.
Okay.
Okay.
I think about it like that. That makes sense.
Makes sense. Anything else?
Can you recommend any of those books on friend? I mean, not I said friend on consulting.
Yes, sir. I will get you some books on consulting.
Okay, and this is due Wednesday, and yeah, I'm just gonna look over these notes, and yep, this is good.
I will send you the replay.
All right, that's cool.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah. Keep up the good work. I'm so proud of you. Keep up the good work. I will see you Saturday.
all right. See you Saturday, Mr. Ray.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, welcome.
Bye bye.
Good night.